we can finish this program in as short a time as possible and get out of here because of the scorching sun. This program is being carried live both on television and on radio. On live television, we are on TV3, we are on Metro TV, we are on Multi TV. On live radio, we are on Oman FM, City FM, Peace FM, Joy FM, Happy FM, Pink FM, Hot FM, Ash FM in Kumasi, and Kesben FM in Kumasi. Ladies and gentlemen, we would want to kickstart the program in an African style by calling on somebody to give us the opening prayer. I would invite the Honorable Habib Tijani, who is the Member of Parliament, MPP for Yendi. Honorable Habib Tijani.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ومن شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا ومن يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ومن تبعه بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. Lord, we are gathered here this morning for a very important issue. This has to do with the future of Ghana. We know that all creation is from you, and you know what is open and what is hidden. We are asking for your guidance and protection throughout this function. وَلِلَّهُمَّ مَالِكُ الْمُلْكُ تُؤْتِي الْمُلْكَ مَنْ تَشَاءُ وَتُنْزِعُ الْمُلْكَ مِمَّنْ تَشَاءُ وَتُعِزُّ مَنْ تَشَاءُ وَتُذِلُّ مَنْ تَشَاءُ بِيَدِكَ الْخَيْرُ إِنَّكَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ تولج الليل في النهار وتولج النهار في الليل وتخرج الحي من الميت وتخرج الميت من الحي وترزق من تشاء بغير حساب. آمن الرسول بما أنزل إليه من ربه والمؤمنون كل آمن بالله والملائكة والكتب ورسله لا نفرق بين أحد من رسله وقالوا سمعنا وأطعنا غفرانك ربنا وإليك المصير. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها لها ما كسبت وعليها ما اكتسبت. ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا. ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا. ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت المولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. الحمد لله.
And yourself, or people who pretend to do so. Either way, it looks like a superfluous exercise. Nonetheless, it's an exercise that we must engage in, so I proceed to do so. Nana Addo Akufo-Addo has been in the front line of Ghanaian politics for over 40 years. Because of his and the efforts of his colleagues who have been in this struggle and who have always believed that we should choose democracy as the path to development rather than authoritarian rule, today we are here to listen to him. Nana Addo Akufo-Addo is the embodiment of who a true patriot is. He eats, he sleeps, and he breathes Ghana. Nana Addo Akufo-Addo is not a fair weather politician. A politician who has different standards for different times. He's a politician who is clear in his mind at any one point the direction in which this country should go and the programs and strategies for going in that direction. and he has stood by those principles and that vision all his life. In 2008, the University for Development Studies, in line with its mandate, invited all the competing candidates in the election in 2008 to come to the University for Development Studies Nyankpala campus and give us their vision for the North. No party and no candidate, and I mean no candidate, was able to honor that invitation except Nana Addo Acquah. And the reason they didn't honor is because they didn't have a vision or an exclusive vision for the North. We went there, and on the 25th of July 2008, we articulated our vision, which Nana Addo Acquah called the Northern Development Authority, NODA. At that time, the sitting president, who was then a running mate to President Mills at that time, said to us that if we had 1 billion cedis to do a Northern Development Authority, we should use it to pay VRA's debts. Thereafter, when they realized that that vision was a true vision, they stole the idea, tried to clone it, and turned it into SADA. Now see how sad SADA has saddened us. Thereafter, we talked about free, quality, compulsory education from primary to secondary level. Again, they rubbished us. Today, another story is being told about Ghana's capacity to implement free SHS. This is the kind of politics I am talking about. If this country must move forward, we must avoid politicians who have different standards for different times. We need committed, competent, and visionary leadership for this country. And we don't need to look any further. Behind me, the team seated represents truly the beauty and diversity and harmony of the Ghanaian story. Behind me, we have Muslims, we have Christians, we have coastal people, we have forest people, we have even inner city people with Sahelian origins. That is the kind of composition that our team has. Ladies and gentlemen, when I look around Nana Addo's team, those of us who run his affairs, the Mustafa Hamis, the Herbert Crappers, the Niti Wools, the CMS, Titus Glovers, the Kobis, Afekus, Ajwa Sapos, this endless stream of young, dynamic, energetic people who cut across all the diverse ethnicities and religious divisions of our country, then I know that this team is truly in harmony to move our country forward. Ladies and gentlemen, people should not be in the business of politics for the sake of it. People should be in the business of politics for growing people for the development of our nation. After all, the Japan and the rest of them don't have a single mineral resource. What they have is people. So we are looking for a politician who truly has a track record of growing people. The account people say that I am and your friend I am boy. Look around all the people, the young people who are excelling in their fields of endeavor. The Yoni, the Philip Addisons, the Kwame Akufus, the Godfrey Dummies, even people sitting in the Supreme Court today were all trained by Nana Acquah. This is a man who is constantly thinking about the next generation rather than the next election. That is the kind of leadership, ladies and gentlemen, that we are looking for as a nation. This is a businessman and a philanthropist of no mean proportions. This is a man who introduced the first mobile telephony company into this country. At a time that the world thought that Africa was not ready for that technology. Today, I am sure that 3 out of every 5 or 6 Ghanaians would have a mobile phone, thanks to the visionary efforts of Nana Addo Acquah. Ladies and gentlemen, he would come to the podium and tell us what he envisages to be the direction of his future as far as politics is concerned. I don't know what that direction would be. I pray and I hope sincerely that he says that that direction hasn't come to an end. If he says so, I would support, and I'm sure the many of you here would support that decision. If he says he's not going to go any further in politics, I am sure in that sense today people will sleep in his bedroom. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you committed, competent, principled, and truly visionary leadership. Nana Addo Acquah.
Ladies and gentlemen of the media, dignitaries and members of the New Patriotic Party, fellow Ghanaians, good morning and welcome. Thank you for accepting my invitation, even though I'm told most of you claim to know already what I'm going to say. I do hope I don't disappoint you. As you recall, I said on August the 29th, 2013, the day of the election petition verdict, that I would take some time out of the hurly-burly of politics, get some rest, reflect, and then announce what I envisage for my political future. Shortly after I made that statement, my wife and best friend, Rebecca, and I traveled to the United Kingdom, where we stayed in London for some 6 months. This gave me a lot of time to think about things. Such a long period of reflection inevitably meant taking a hard look at my life and what I have done, particularly in the period since the mid-70s when I've been active in political life. I'm humbled by the opportunities that I've had to contribute to the development of our nation. From the struggle against military dictatorship, through protecting the rights of ordinary Ghanaians in the law courts and on the streets, to the consolidation of our democracy and the projection of our national interests. First, in building the new patriotic party, and also as a member of parliament and cabinet minister. Even though I will forever regret that I could not lead the party to victory in 2008 and could not secure a declaration of victory in 2012, the party can be proud of what we have been able to achieve together for Ghana and by extension Africa as a whole. Despite all the controversy that bedeviled the 2012 presidential election, we in the NPP showed responsible citizenship and put the nation first before our desire for power, of our love of Ghana. We showed that it is possible and indeed desirable to play by the rules, even if it leads to unfavorable results for you. We might have lost the 2012 battle, but when the history of this period is told, I am confident that it will be most favorable to the NPP. Already, Ghana's image as a peaceful, stable democracy has been greatly enhanced by the path the NPP took after the controversial 2012 elections to settle the electoral dispute in court and accept the decision of the court as final. I am proud to be a member of this great party. And I'm grateful to have been given 2 opportunities so far to lead it. In trying to come to a decision, I ask the Almighty for His continuing guidance. I thought about the battles we as a people have fought to get us to where we are today in a nation governed by a constitution. I thought of the many people with whom I've been in some of these battles and the loyalty and hard work that we came to take for granted each other. I thought especially of elections, when I was privileged to be the presidential candidate of my party. I thought about how lucky I was to have this brilliant young economist, Muhammadu Umia, as my running mate in those 2 elections. I have been humbled by the loyalty, the confidence and trust that millions of Ghanaians have given to me. I thought about the huge disappointment that our loss brought to us all. I thought about the passing of time and the fact that I shall be 70 years old in a few days' time. I have asked hard questions of myself and of my and I have taken the opportunity to see my doctors both here in Ghana and in the United Kingdom. I examined my government and the fire that burns in my belly with a desire to lead Ghana. to think about the lessons of history and the examples of other countries and how such lessons might impact on the current state of Ghana. I had long discussions with Rebecca and my daughters and some of the people who have been a source of unflinching support before coming to a decision. In constant contact with Ghana while I was away in England. I received daily phone calls, text messages, Facebook messages, and regular visits from Ghanaians from different parts of the world, from every region in Ghana, young and old, men and women, great and small. The message was unanimous. They all urged me to remain in frontline politics and to seek the candidacy of my party for the 2016 presidential election of Ghana. The message from MPP members was along the lines, you, Addo, remain our best chance for 2016. Ghanaians are telling us we should bring you back. The message from Ghanaians who are not MPP members, including supporters of other political parties, can be summed up as, we have heard your message, we know who you are, and what you stand for, and we're ready to vote for you in our numbers in 2016. In spite of all the disappointments of the last few years, I cannot ignore these calls, especially when, among those urging me to run, are those who admit to supporting my opponents in previous contests, whether within the MPP or in national elections. My wife and I arrived back in Ghana a fortnight ago, sure of the decision we have taken regarding my future politics. Since getting back, I have, as custom demands, spent my time going around the elders of the party and a few other people to inform them of my decision before going public. I'm happy to say that the message was positively received. I have been greatly by the confidence that many Ghanaians from all walks of life, especially young people, some of whom are yet to cast their first ballot, have in me. I am profoundly grateful that so many people consider me worthy to lead this promising nation of ours, even at the young age of 70. Fortunately for me, I chose two careers where there's no retirement age: law and politics. I thank the Almighty God that I'm able to say that I feel spiritually, psychologically, emotionally, intellectually, physically, and patriotically strong enough to remain in the hurly-burly of frontline politics. With great humility, therefore, I can announce that when the party opens nominations sometime this year, I shall be ready, God willing. And some people will get carried away in the course of arguments. But the no single issue in our party that we cannot resolve amicably as a family. The parties on the issue. We have done very well over the last 4 months under challenging conditions to hold elections, to choose some 140,000 officers to prosecute our 2016 campaign. No party in Ghana has been able to achieve this feat. I expect none will do so in the foreseeable future. We have and plenty more to look forward to. Let us focus on the bigger picture and complete satisfactorily the process of choosing national officers on April 12th in Tamale. Let us keep our party buoyant and healthy to make it more and more attractive to the many disillusioned Ghanaians out there looking for a credible alternative to the NDC. Let us protect the dignity of the MPP in all that we do or say. We do not have to compete in attracting negative publicity to ourselves. They are quite capable of managing that on their own with their incompetence. The duty of an opposition party is to keep the government on its toes and not on each other's toes. We must have mutual respect. And that is the one principle that I wish to see guiding the way we do things in the NPP. I am particularly attracted by then Governor Ronald Reagan's dictum, and I quote, he's a Republican, he was a Republican, "Thou shalt not speak ill of a fellow Republican," unquote. We have a strong and ever-growing party of competent men and women. Every day, more and more people who care deeply about the direction that the current administration is taking the country are joining our party. Let us make such people feel welcome and confident that they made the right choice with the NPP. In spite of all the propaganda against us, the facts are clear that NPP is as diverse as the country that we are in politics to serve. Let me make reference to one of the interesting statistics that emerged from the work by the formidable Mahamudu Bawumia in comparing our case for the election petition. In many of the places that we were supposed to have lost, the gap between our votes and that of the NDC was abnormally high. It is our duty, therefore, to close that gap by two. First, we intend to win the votes of the overwhelming majority of Ghanaians. And secondly, we shall protect those votes at every level to the point of declaration. I have no desire to lead the NPP into another election petition in 2016. I certainly do not want to take election grievances to the streets either. I prefer we begin today to do the things that will greatly diminish any potential need to go to court. That means we want an election in which the results will be beyond dispute and will be accepted by all. That means we must secure the reforms that are necessary to enhance the integrity of the electoral system and the people who work for the system, the electoral officers. We need to ensure the integrity of the electoral process so that we can concentrate on what matters most, enhancing the lives of the people. The biggest threat to our democracy is the potential loss of confidence in the democratic system and the takeover of fear where there used to be hope. People see all around them corruption, economic hardships, falling standards in education, inefficient public service system, joblessness for youth, and insecurity. There is a wide gap between what some politicians promise and what they deliver. That is dangerous for all of us. We need to restore hope and confidence in our young people. We need to restore hope and confidence in the leadership of the nation. Every child must have the best education that this nation can provide. We need to offer young people hope, education, and skills, jobs with. We can no longer postpone the need for the structural transformation of our economy. Our current raw material producing economy is incapable of generating the jobs that our young people need and deserve. It is vital that we put in place a comprehensive, systematic program for the industrialization of Ghana, so that by the end of the next decade, industrial products, not raw materials, will dominate Ghana's economy. We need to work out the fiscal, monetary, and technological that can stimulate local production of goods and services by the private sector. That is the way to deal with widespread unemployment and low wages. That is the program that the NPP, God willing, under my leadership, will be committed to delivering. Alas, all of this hinges on fixing our energy situation. Nothing must be spared to fix it. We cannot continue blaming an act of God or Nigerians for our predicament.